Yeehaw! Howdy, it's Jonas Lamis, and I'm here today with Austin Gunter.
How's it going?
Great, Austin. Thanks for sitting with us here. So today we're going to talk about a really interesting program happening here in Austin that's being facilitated out of Tech Ranch, and the program is called the Barn Builders.
The Barn Builders.
So what is the Barn Builders?
The Barn Builders, it comes partially from my experience with Tech Ranch. I met Kevin at an event that he was speaking at and volunteered my time. He said, all right, show up tomorrow and start working. And that essential volunteer position turned into, hey, I'm working at Tech Ranch now and getting paid a little bit for it. So we decided to take one of his concepts and branch that out and create a network of the underemployed or unemployed talent in Austin, that everybody's scrambling for a job 30 hours a week, and say, well, why don't we hook you up with the right entrepreneur so you can volunteer 5 or 10 hours a week and maybe work that into a job, at least keep yourself productive.
So very cool. So this is a matchmaking service, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's almost like speed dating.
Speed dating for entrepreneurs and unemployed people.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So here in Austin, we've weathered the downturn as well as any community has, but there's still thousands of people who have been laid off from white-collar jobs around town. Programmers, developers, marketers, biz dev guys, sales guys, people like that, right?
Right.
And so Tech Ranch has been a natural attractor for some of those folks. They've been coming through our classes and taking, the Venture Forth program, or trying to figure out how do they launch a venture.
Right.
At the same time, a lot of them are trying to figure out who can I go work with to help their venture be successful, right? And so that's where you're trying to make the match.
Exactly. We'd like to create a community service and get a network moving around Tech Ranch through the Barn Builders program to bring those people in and out the doors, and hopefully when they're walking out the doors, they've got a job or somewhere to be.
Cool. So I mean, if I volunteer 5 hours a week right now for a startup, and that startup starts taking off,
yeah,
there's a real strong opportunity that there's going to be a job for me at that company.
You may have just created yourself a job through what kind of turns into an extended interview process.
That's awesome. And I could even work for 4 startups, right? I could put 20 hours a week into this deal and have 4 different options essentially going.
That's better for everybody, because then you're not hitting the pavement and like handing out resumes. You're actually doing what you do, which is better, and then the entrepreneurs are getting the work done, so everybody as a group is slowly climbing the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, you can overlay kind of the whole notion of personal brand building. You're building out your resume with really relevant new technologies and new companies, and you'll have something to talk about, for the next job interview that you've got. So
precisely.
That's pretty cool.
And the entrepreneurs, in turn, they've got your value being provided at a price that they can afford until, like you said, they start taking off partially as a result of the talent's efforts.
So real cool. So last question, what do you expect to happen in the next year? What's the goal a year from now for the Barn Builders?
Kevin and I were talking about this Tuesday night when we did our Barn Builders release. I'd like to positively impact 1,000 people in Austin by Christmas. And so by a year from now, if we can push that to 5,000 people in Austin, then I'll consider this a roaring success.
Awesome. Great. So where should people look online to find out more?
TechRanchAustin.com/barnbuilders will get you involved in the social networking site, which is still in its alpha stage, so we'd love your help in getting that moving, as well as the future networking events. We're going to also be going out October 26th to do a mass release of the Barn Builders as a group.
Awesome. Well, Austin, thanks a lot for participating. We will talk to you all real soon with another interesting entrepreneurial endeavor here in Austin. Thank you.